department organizing an extensive seminar on different subjects and different subjects of technical background, and actually the order came from ETD last 10 days before that what you are doing there in college institute, you are organizing SCA classes or not. That is the person of Director of Technical Education, and also he has asked what you are doing in the seminar classes and project seminar classes. Actually, they are doing subject project classes. They are doing projects or not. And also, he has suggested, the Director of Technical Education, they have suggested that you should do one thing. You should do and motivate the students to talk something about different technical subjects, those beyond these syllabus. So actually, principal also ordered us that you do one thing, motivate the students to talk about the extensive seminar on different technical background subjects, so that they are also acquainted, because you are now in third year, fifth semester, you have covered all the syllabus before. So I am asking here, I am talking to you here that you should do one thing, try to explain the different subjects, different topics here in briefly within 10 minutes and complete it within 10 minutes. So one by one, you can come here and introduce yourself and give the topics and elaborate the topics and complete it within 10 minutes of your seminar. Friends, thank you all. The department organizing an extensive seminar on different subjects and different subjects of technical background, and actually the order came from ETD last 10 days before that what you are doing there in college institute, you are organizing SCA classes or not. That is the person of Director of Technical Education, and also he has asked what you are doing in the seminar classes and project seminar classes. Actually, they are doing subject project classes. They are doing projects or not. And also, he has suggested, the Director of Technical Education, they have suggested that you should do one thing. You should do and motivate the students to talk something about different technical subjects, those beyond these syllabus. So actually, principal also ordered us that you do one thing, motivate the students to talk about the extensive seminar on different technical background subjects, so that they are also acquainted, because you are now in third year, fifth semester, you have covered all the syllabus before. So I am asking here, I am talking to you here that you should do one thing, try to explain the different subjects, different topics here in briefly within 10 minutes and complete it within 10 minutes. So one by one, you can come here and introduce yourself and give the topics and elaborate the topics and complete it within 10 minutes of your seminar. Friends, thank you all.
Sir and ma'am, this is Jyoti Jana. I am from Montana. Now I am continuing my diploma in civil engineering at Government Polytechnic Baleswar. Today is my second class. My topic is rainwater harvesting, and now I am going to explain about rainwater harvesting.
କୋଉଟା
ଯୋଉମାନେ ଯିବ ଭଗବାନ
ହଁ ହଉଛି
What is rainwater harvesting? It is a technology used for collecting or storing rainwater from rooftops. The land surface and rock catchments are used simple techniques such as jar and pots as well as more complex techniques such as underground check dams. The rainwater harvesting is the accumulation and deposition of rainwater for use on site rather than allowing it to run off. Uses of rainwater. We can use rainwater for drinking purpose, for irrigation purpose, livestock, gardening, etc. Advantages of rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting technology are simple to install and operate. The local people can be easily trained to implement such technology. Construction materials are also readily available. Running costs are almost negligible. How can we harvest rainwater? Broadly, there are two methods of harvesting rainwater. First one is surface runoff harvesting and second one is rooftop rainwater harvesting. What is surface runoff harvesting? In urban areas, the rainwater flows away as surface runoff. This runoff would be caught and used for recharging aquifers by adopting appropriate methods. What is rooftop rainwater harvesting? In rooftop rainwater harvesting, the rainwater collected from the rooftop. Then, what is catchment area? The surface that receives direct rainfall is known as catchment of rainwater harvesting. It may be courtyard, paved or unpaved open park. Transportation. The rainwater should be transported through down by pipes or dams. The pipes should be PV resistant. Storage system. All the collected rainwater from rooftop are stored in tanks or barrels. Delivery system. What is delivery system? The collected rainwater from rooftops are delivered by the pipes for its uses. At the conclusion, I am saying rainwater is a precious resource due to our overgrowing population. So, rainwater harvesting can provide 50% of water required of a family. So, it not only saves water but also saves our money. So, we all are harvest rainwater. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, sir. And my dear friends, I am Govinda Balagiri. I am continuing civil engineer, Government Polytechnic, Maharashtra. Today I am discussing about water treatment process. Water treatment process. First of all, we thanks to all sir and also thanks to HOD of the civil department to participating in this seminar to talking something about in this topic. So, what is water treatment process? Why we should treatment the water purifier. We know without water cannot live in the earth. Without water cannot survive in the earth. So we require to purify the water. So we require to purify the water. So to the purify the water, having some process to purify the water. The process are first one is screening, and second one is aeration, then third one is sedimentation, and fourth one is filtration, fifth one is disinfection, and last one is softening of water. First one is screening. The process impure water to the pure water. We needed the process screening, aeration, sedimentation, filtration, disinfection, and softening of water. The first one is screening. So what is screening? Why we use the screening process in the water treatment process? Screening. That is the screen, and by the screen we remove the last particle. By the screen we remove the last impurity and last particle of the water. So the screening is two types. First one is coarse screen, and second one is fine screen. The coarse screen look like this, and fine screen look like this. So the coarse screen, the distance between two bar is 20 to 100 mm, and the diameter bar is 25 to 30 mm, and in the fine screen the coarse is 10 mm. In the coarse screen, the pore is bigger than the fine screen. Basically, we should use the coarse screen because of in this screen having the big pores, so the more impurities are collected in this coarse screen, and in this screen is placed in inclined way. This screen inclined way is placed inclined way like this. Why we use screen in in is placed in inclined way because of the flow area increased and the velocity decreased. Therefore, we collect the more large impurities in this screen. The second process is aeration. The second process is aeration. So what is aeration? Aeration is the intimate contact with the water with the intimate contact with the oxygen, and it is related to the air. Aeration process is related to the air. By the process, oxygen contact with the water and purify the water and remove the CO2 and H2S, and also remove odor and gases. So in this process we purify the water. Then third one is sedimation. Sedimation two types. Basically, sedimation is two types. First one is plain sedimation, and second one is sedimation with coagulation. Sedimation with coagulation. In this sedimation process, the suspended particle are in this plane solution, the suspended particle goes contact with the under part of the under part and the below part of the tank. In tank, the water is available and the large impurity, suspended impurity are placed on the ground of the water. And in the process of sedimation with coagulation, coagulant is added. Why we should use coagulant in this process? Because of coagulant is attract all impurities to other. So in this process, suspended particle contact each to other and make a big impurity. Therefore, we easily remove this impurities from the water. Then fourth one is filtration. What is filtration? First, we do screening. In the screening process, we remove the large particle. Then aeration, we remove the CO2 gas and odor and CO2. And third process, we remove the suspended particle from the water. Then fourth one is filtration. In filtration, we remove another particle which is not shown in eye. So filtration in the filtration is two types, that is gravity pressure, and second one is filter pressure filter. And gravity pressure filter is divided also two types. One is Flosan gravity filter and second one is pressure filter. So gravity is two types. First is Flosan filter and second one is rapid sand filter. So in this process, by the process of Flosan filter and the rapid filter and pressure filter, we remove the another particle which is not shown in eye. This particle we are remove. Then fifth process is disinfection. What is disinfection? Disinfection. In this process, the germs are provided in water. Germs are provided in water, and by the process, we destroy the germ from the water. The germ like Algae, algae or plankton, germs, in this process we remove and destroy germs and also algae and also plankton. Then last one is softening of water. We know also in water more element is available, like magnesium, iron, aluminum. This type of element is available in water. So we also remove this element from the water. So we use this process. What is process? The process is softening water. The softening water used, we remove the element magnesium, iron and aluminum. So and end of this process we get a impure water to pure water, and this water is usable. So we get the impure water, the pure water to impure water, the pure water, that these processes are needed to continue. So water is pure, and we know without the water anyone cannot survive in earth. So we all are know in India day by day gradually increase the India's population. So for the more population, more water is required. More water is required. So we needed more water, but we all know the lack of the water in India is common thing. So we needed to purify the water of wastewater. So we needed to purify the water and this water used in proper way. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir, and my dear friend. My name is Ashish Kumar Behra, and I am come here to tell about artificial intelligence in computer science. So, before I start the topic, we need a little information about AI. So, AI stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science which involves design and research about the human brain. Its goal is how to imitate and execute some of the intelligence of human brain, and it is developed by John McCarthy in 1956. It's described the human thinking as a mechanical manipulations of symbol, and with the help of it we can predict tender birds and the cost of infrastructure and with the help of ANN, artificial neural network, we can help it with designing and architecture and planning and construction management, and it also help in costing it also help the costing of a project. Its advantages are it didn't need any break in work time, and it just reduce the risk of accident in working place, and don't need any break in working time and can replace types of works. And its disadvantages are it may be expensive because every useful thing has a cost, so it has also a cost. Not able to work side to what they are programmed to do, and unemployment may be rise. So these are the disadvantages and advantages of it. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, respected sir and madam, and my dear friends. I am Bhavesh Kumar Mindani. Now continuing my study at Government Polytechnic Baleswar in Civil Engineering branch. Today I am discussing about bridge. First, what is bridge. Bridge is a structure which passes over an obstacle without closing the way. The passage may be for a road, may be for a traffic, may be for a pipeline, etc. Now I am drawing a picture of bridge. There are various components of bridge. First, foundation. Second one, piles, pipe case. There are two types of substructure. Then second one is superstructure. The components of substructure. Substructure, the foundations are the one, and second one is pile, pile case, abutment and piers and twin walls. First we will discuss about foundation. What is foundation? Foundation is the part of the structure. Is the part of a structure which is in direct contact with the substructure, on indirect contact with the soil. The work of the foundation is to transfer the load of the structure to the soil. There are various types of foundation. Foundation mainly classified in two types. First one is shallow foundation, then second one is deep foundation. Then shallow foundation is classified in two types. First one is open foundation, then second one is dark foundation. Then first discuss about what is open foundation. When we can get very less depth, a hard stratum or hard soil, then we will construct a open foundation. The maximum depth of the foundation is 5 meters. Then what is a rod foundation? A rod foundation is a continuous slab resting on the soil to transfer the structure load to the soil. Then second one is pile foundation. Pile foundation means when we can get loose soil in very great depth, then here we consider, then we provide pile foundation. Piles are mainly classified in two types. Basically, the first one is based on materials, based on functions. First, we discuss about based on functions. First one is bearing type pile, then second one is frictional pile, third one is screw pile, fourth one is fluid pile. Now discuss about the another part of the software, another part of bridge is abutment. What is abutment? Abutment is the end support of the structure. End support of the structure which retain the earth on their back. The abutment mainly classified in two types: abutment with wingles, abutment without wingles. Now abutment without wingles mainly classified in four types. First one is void abutment, then second one is box abutment, third one is T abutment, and the fourth one is arch abutment. First void abutment. What is void abutment? The retaining filling of the arch is two sides of the abutment is known as void abutment. Box abutment. What is box abutment? Box abutment is retaining the arch on their back, and that is recasted on casting side. Then third one T-beam. T-beam is not now used. Then fourth one is arch beam. Arch abutment. Arch abutment is constructed where the sufficient amount of money or sufficient amount of height is constructed. There is now the longest arch bridge is constructed in our India, which is over the Chenna River in Jammu Kashmir. Then second part of another part of the bridge is pier. There are various types of pier. First one is solid piers, then second one is open pier. Open piers are mainly classified in four types: multiple bed pipe, multiple pier, then second one is pile bed pier, then third one is Then third one is now first one is multiple bed pile. The multiple bed pile when constructed, a traffic is parallel to the bridge. Here we consider the multiple pile. Then second one is pile bed pile. This is the brace of the pile is constructed to low soil to extend the piles mainly constructed in steel or reinforced concrete. Now the another part of the bridge is wing wall. Wing wall mainly classified in two types according to layout, and second one is according to material. First one according to layout. There are three types. First one is splayed wing wall. Second one is straight wing wall. Third one is return wing wall. Splayed wing wall. Splayed wing wall is 45 degree. We know that what is wing wall. Wing wall are the walls which provide the end of the abutment to fill the earth to return an approach, to provide an approach. Then splayed wing walls. Splayed wing walls are 45 degree of the contact with the abutment. It is to smoothly pass the water in and out. Then second one is straight wing wall. Straight wing wall is constructed when the small bridges or dams or canals. Then third one is return wing wall. Return wing wall is mainly constructed in rocky area or high impervious area. Thank you all.
Good afternoon everyone, respected sir and all my dear friends. Today I am Soumyaranjan Oza standing before you to speak something about the rail or the rail track or their materials. First of all, rails. Rails are the steel gradients used for the movable of the trains on the rails. Then, the function of the rails. It is made for the continuous movements of the trains, which the movement the trains go on through the rails. Then it is made up of cast irons. Then the function or purpose of the rails. The purpose of the rails is to go on the rails where the passenger can move on and the heavy loads can carry the rails from the trains. Then the rail sections are of three types. There are bull-headed and double-headed, and the third one is flat-footed sections. The double-headed sections are this double-headed section is made up of three parts. This one is the head. This part is called the wave, and this part is the lower head. this type of section is made because the thinking of making of this type of purpose of the section is that it can be sustained up to long terms. Then when the rail will be over the rail tracks, the upper part of the head will sustain up to long times, and then it can be reversed and the lower part is can be used. And this idea comes continuously through the long period of time, and after that this purpose is failed because the upper part of the head will is get dropped and the lower part is also used, and this part is also totally fully damaged. Then it cannot be reversible, or this part is very as expensive as that it cannot be either made again and again. Then this type of section is then will completely stop. Then again comes at the full-headed section. This section has also as the same part. The upper head is full. The upper head is as same as like the double-headed and the full-headed. This part is only changed. And neck as simple as the upper part is only used and the lower part is only used for the pressure that is applied on the upper head of the rails, and this is transmit the pressure to the lower one, and this one is placed at the used to fix the chair here. Then this part is also, this type of section is also continued for a longer period of time, and as seen as that the double bull-headed had problem, this problem also in the bull-headed section. And finally the plans for the flat-footed sections. Flat-footed section. This section is now also is continuing and in the railways, and this section's diagram is like this is also as the head, this is the wave, and this is the flat footer. This section has the head, wave and the flat footed. This section is continuing now as it is being very cheapest and used as a car. This material is used in cast iron, made of materials of cast iron, and it is continued today also in very long period of time. Then coming to this flat-footed or the double-footed or single section is also placed in the lower of the upper of the slipper. So now coming to the slipper. So now coming to the slipper. The slipper transmit all the pressure of the train to the slipper and then transmit the pressure or the vibrations to the ballast which carry and transmit all the pressures to the formations. The slipper holds the rails on the upper of the rails. The trains move on. The rail passes the pressure to the rail and the rail passes to the slipper, and this slipper carry all the pressure and takes it on the way and send all the pressure to the ballast. Then the slipper is of three types. The metal slipper, wooden slipper and concrete slipper. First of all, as ancient period, the wooden slipper have been placed under the rails. This wooden slipper has continued for a long period of time. Then the wooden slipper is been stopped because the wooden slipper is not very expensive, but it is available everywhere, as we can cut the trees and place in the railways. And this wooden slipper, after coming lot of days, the weather changes and the wood get damaged, or the insect or the bacteria damage the wooden slipper, and this fails, the rail tracks damaged. Then after some days the wooden slipper is been stopped and the metal slipper will be started. This metal slipper is continued up to some days, and because of this metal slipper the ballast is used more and more, and it is very expensive as this metal is taken off cast iron. The metal is taken off cast iron, and this metal slipper if damaged, then it cannot be made again and again because it is very expensive. So that it is stopped. It stopped after some days, and this concrete slipper started. Nowadays also this metal slipper is being used, but not in our country, but in many other countries. Now coming to the concrete slipper. Concrete slipper is now constructed more and more and being used in various cities or various countries. Because this type of concrete slipper can be made more and more, and it is very not expensive. It is type of a cheapest type, but it can be reconstructed if broken or can be used. As compared to the wooden slipper it is a current not a good conductor of. It takes the vibrations. It cannot take the vibration, but in concrete slipper it can take the vibration of the train and continue for a long period of time and can be replacement again and again. And now coming to the ballast. After the slipper, the ballast is being. For the ballast, it takes this pressure from the slipper and the vibration of the trains and transmit all the pressure and vibration to the formations, as the train can continuously move on in its track. This ballast is placed as 1.5 meter to 1 meter. This ballast placed here in between the slipper and the formation is 5.1 is to 1.5 is to 1, and this ballast carry the pressures from the slippers and transfer as it is said. And now coming to the formations. These formations are made only because of the rough ground level. Then it is made of 2:1, in 2:1 ratio. In this process, all the rail tracks are been made or placed, and the trains move on easily. Thank you.